What's going on, guys? This is Shady of Lightning back with the final episode of Digimon Adventure Tri Confessions, and I'm joined with Dimsy.
Yo, what's good? And finally, we're gonna have a little discussion, a little review talking about this episode, this final episode, this finale for Confession. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it, but I know you have a lot to say. So initially, we start off with experiencing the sadness, the depression phase when they lost their partner Digimon for the first 8 or so minutes. I can't remember exactly how much.
Yeah, it was the first half of the episode, basically.
And they're all moping around and they're really, really depressed. Now, once again, the use of music and how they tactically place it was genius. They linger on certain shots to emphasize the feelings they're having. But what are your thoughts about or how they experience this little depression phase?
To start off with the point that you just said with the shots, there was a shot at the start of the episode with the sun. There was the sun and there was that music playing, and it's the false happiness that we talked about in a previous review.
It's that sense of calmness, but at the same time, here's the thing, and this is a bit philosophical for you lot. It's calm. Everything is calm. The world is at peace, but the truth is every single one of those individuals are nowhere near at peace. They are so at war with themselves. So there's peace, but there's war. So it's a pseudo sense of peace, and that's beautifully done, but at the same time, you got a little bit irritated, didn't you?
Yes, I did, because the Digidestins, they're moping around. They're not being proactive at all. The only one who's being proactive is Izzy.
But think of it like this. At that point, because they are teenagers, they're only 17, so I think they're trying to emphasize that they're teenagers, and you know, teenagers, they kind of linger on certain things. For example, with relationships, etc., they go crazy, and they get depressed and whatnot. And I think they're trying to emphasize that fact, but they did address the issue of their age later on. So what's the next point you want to talk about?
Going to the digital world.
And how did they go to the digital world?
They ran together somehow.
I sense the sarcasm in your voice. You don't like this. Why not?
Because it's silly. It's stupid. Digimon Adventure Tri, when we first saw the first trailer of Digimon Adventure Tri, we thought, yes, it's going to be more adult. It's going to be more mature. But then we see that scene. It's very silly. It's very childish. I didn't like it at all.
See, I disagree. The reason I disagree is simply because, firstly, they're moping around. You see, some of them even suggested they don't go to the digital world immediately, which is silly, stupid, idiotic, and I completely agree with whatever point you're going to say on that. However, when they have Tai running God knows to where, but when he starts to run and then Kari says, brother, what's going on? And then they run together. If you think of the whole, the wider picture, they're trying to achieve this aesthetic feeling, this thing of, hey, every single one of them are collectively jumping out of this depression phase. They know what they must do. It's like an epiphany realized by all 8 of them,
but all at the same time.
But that's the thing. They have a certain amount of time to work with, and if all of them have that same, they meet at this point because they just realize, listen, we need to go to, we miss our our partners. It's been a week. So that's the defense I can give. But I do understand and I do agree with you. But let's talk about Meiko. Meiko's little depression. I understand she's having probably the hardest time. She probably hasn't experienced or gone through the same amount of events unlike the other Digidestin, and she's finding it tough. When TK, while they're running, TK goes to her house and say, listen, let's go. What do you think of that? What happened?
She's just said, I'm sorry. She went back into her room and she closed herself in a box while she went back to the room. I think that play has to do something with her dad. I think her dad really messed her up, man.
They also showed how Meiko and Meicoomon first met. What do you think about that? Because we have quite a little thoughts, because they first met each other when they showed it? Or I think just after. I think after when TK... Either way, they talk about how Meicoomon and Meiko met. Meicoomon looked diseased, and then Meiko found her and they hugged each other, etc. At that point, when Meiko revealed to TK about knowing that Meicoomon was diseased, infected all along.
Again, why didn't she say this before? Like, how can you defend that?
Maybe she's scared. She doesn't want to scare off her new friends, but at the same time, there is no defending that. It's the sense of they're trying to drag. Remember, 6 movies. They're trying to drag this story along. So sometimes we need to step back and think of this from a production point of view and how they're going to pace it out. So I understand that, but it doesn't mean I condone it. I don't condone TK, Tai, Joe, Meiko being absolute stupid imbeciles in the way they're approaching things. But it was very sad. I want to say it was absolutely heart-wrenching in Meiko, how she's trying to deal with it, how she's sitting back, she said, leave me alone, please go away. Sitting back, locking the door. TK saying, listen, we're going to be there at this point. Before we go to the next part about Meiko, what do you think about them going to the digital world? Because it was quite a cluster crap of events, isn't it?
Well, first of all, they meet up at, I think, in Nishijima's office. they meet up in that office, and Nishijima was basically saying, "Oh, are you guys sure? Are you guys ready to go to the digital world?"
He's very hesitant, isn't he?
Yeah, he's being very hesitant, but naturally so, because the damage that Meicoomon has been doing.
In addition to the fact that he was a teacher at their school,
exactly.
And he got to know them on a more personal level, not from a government official standpoint, for example, like Maki. But he says that one line, "Are you sure you can do it?" And then who retorts? It's actually very surprising of the person who actually retorts. What did they say?
Joe basically saying, "We've done this in elementary school. Don't worry."
All the questions that go to our head, you're thinking to yourself, then if you've done it in elementary school,
why can't you do it now?
Why are you so hesitant? Why are you being so stupid? Why are you being so
unproductive?
Yeah, be more proactive about things and have more balls. But at the same time, you can say that because they're teenagers and their responsibilities, when you're a child, when you're much younger,
you're more fearless.
You have no sense of fear, and you go headfirst into many events. And at the same time, the sense of responsibility is simply not there.
They took on Meicomon's army before. All they had to do was take on Meicoomon. I think they should have just seized the opportunity. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it comes to the point, you question, is it due to the fact they're trying to long it out or pace it of 6 movies? I don't know, but we see Maki is she's very happy to let them go. She's like, yeah, let's go. Let me sort you out. We'll do this, we'll do that. And then there's this one scene.
The donut scene.
Oh my days. This is after they go to the digital world?
I think after they agreed to go to the digital world.
So what happens is, oh my days.
With the defreeze and all that stuff.
So Maki goes behind and she gets a donut. She bites a donut and then she has this very sinister smile.
The Harley Quinn smile.
What a stupidly placed part of the episode to have the smile. It looks like, to me, and you know what, you guys comment down below, when you saw her smile, I thought she's like, donut, and it looked like she's just like, I love the donut so much, oh my god, I'm gonna smile. It was so
oh my gosh, she's a donut.
It's so out of place. I was like, oh my, is it Homer possessed Maki for a bit? Also, what is Maki's plan? We'll tackle that when the time comes. Now, if we were to go on with, I want to speed things along. So when they went to the digital world, it was excellently placed. I love the way they went to the digital world.
Yes, I agree with you there. The animation was beautiful.
The visuals of the digital world, what do you think? Initial visuals?
It was very, I'll be honest, I didn't like it. It looked a bit blocky, looked a bit out of place. I don't know, it just doesn't look smooth, the digital world.
But then this rough edges, if you see the lines, that's kind of been the style of Tri, because the style of Digimon Adventure Tri is completely different to Digimon Adventure. We can agree on that.
Yeah, we can agree with that, yeah.
Because it was once from the 90s, once in the 2015. However,
2016.
Well, it started in 2015.
Oh yeah, it did.
So the thing is, but when they went to the digital world, there were a bunch of cliffhangers, and this is where the main talking points of the episode. Firstly, before we go on that, when Meiko finally realized and she runs to the place and she sees them gone, that was very, very sad. And he actually played a part when we saw, spoiler alert, when we saw Meicoomon saying, "Where's Meiko?"
Yeah.
And this makes you wonder, how is she going to be involved? I'm assuming they're going to find a way to enter the digital world, because we saw Maki in the digital world. But before we talk about that, we saw a little reunion. Before the reunion, bang bang, explosion, there's a fight going on. Who's fighting?
Alphamon and Jesmon. Why are they fighting? There's a theory going on that there may be a civil war between the Royal Knights. I think that's a possibility.
I believe we had a commenter, I think 20 Gred, excellent guy, he mentioned, and we were actually about to do a video about this and thankfully mentioned it, so we're gonna have to credit him. But he's talking about how in Digimon Cyber Sleuth there's like somewhat of a civil war going on. I'm not too sure, I don't play the game, but we see how Alphamon wanted to eradicate Meicoomon. Maybe Jesmon, he was more democratic about this. He's thinking, okay, let's take the easier way. Let's try to limit the amount of lives or damage. But Alphamon is like, no, we eradicate it while the fire is there. We just take it out. Yeah. So maybe that could be a speculation right there about the Royal Knight Civil War. And they're confused. They're like thinking, if there was a reboot, how come they're in that form? And it makes you wonder, are they exempt? Are Digimon who are really strong exempt from the reboot? What the hell was the reboot in the first place?
How do I answer that question? It rebooted the digital world, but the thing is, I agree with you. I think that certain Digimon who are at that top tier level, the Alphamons, the Jesmons, the Daemons, who are on that level, I don't think they can be touched.
Even the Meicoomon apparently, because Meicoomon was there.
That's
so
a good
we
point.
see a big reunion. We hear whistles, and you know what? You can carry on because this is your point, and you love this point so much when the little reunion.
Yeah, well, at the end of season 1, when they left the digital world, I think Kari chucked a whistle to a partner Digimon. But the thing is, when the reboot happened, didn't the whole digital world get rebooted? So technically, the whistle shouldn't even be there. So how did they get the whistle?
I don't know. So I still think there's far more to the reboot in the first place. And the reason I say that is because when we saw the Digital Emperor, the Digimon Kaiser, he was like, what a touching reunion. But then, it wasn't him.
It was Gennai.
But here's one thing. What does Gennai normally wear?
White clothes.
But he was all in black clothing. And it makes you wonder what the hell's going on. Is Gennai infected? And the reason why more questions arise is because the Digimon Kaiser was initially talking with Maki. And how it's Maki. And then Gennai is revealed. And then Gennai and Maki are having a little chat. What the hell is going on?
How did Maki get there? As far as I know, it's harder for adults to go into the digital world. So how?
Was she the original Digijessin? We haven't met the original Digijessin,
yes,
have we?
We still haven't met
And
them.
secondly, I do want to say that I think however Maki got to the digital world is the same way that Meiko is going to get to the digital world, because we saw Meicoomon saying, Maki, when the Digijessin were reunited with the in-training Digimon.
Yeah.
Was it a touching reunion? It was very weird. I don't know what to say. It feels very out of place. It feels very forced.
It's out of place, but then again, it's not. Shall I tell you why?
Why?
Because the place where they met, if I'm not mistaken, was the exact same place where Agumon digivolved into Greymon for the first time and he fought against Shellmon. So I see the little callbacks, the
various callbacks.
Yeah. So in that sense, it's not out of place. But what do you mean? Why do you think it's out of place?
As in that I'm not criticizing the reunion itself. What I am wondering is that there's more to the digital world. There's more to this reboot. Is this a fake digital world? What the hell is going on? I don't know. We have videos on this coming soon. And to wrap it up, Meicoomon, she's talking about, oh, where's Meiko? I don't think Meicoomon is from the digital world, and I don't think she's actually evil.
You don't think Meikoomon's evil?
I don't think she is. She might be, because you're the one who brought this up, she might be a man-made Digimon. She might be made from the laboratories from Meiko's dad. She was born infected, and Meiko was the one who made her see the light. Meiko was the one who made her good.
Similarly to how Kari made Gatomon good.
Exactly. And they're both cats, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're both cat-like Digimon in the champion state.
And Kari and Meiko have this mysterious aura around them.
And we haven't really expanded on Meiko's character, but that's been our little discussion. What do you think? And okay, if we were to quick 20 whatever second sum up this episode, what do you think?
Really good episode. Very, very cliffhangery. We have 3 major cliffhangers. Excellent episode. I think it was the perfect tone to have to end this movie for me.
Especially after the backdrop of the previous episode,
exactly.
which was such sadness. And the reason I like this episode is we're finally in the digital world.
Yes.
Spoiler alert: the next movie has Machine Dramon on the poster, so only more questions, guys. We're gonna have a lot of videos, a lot of theory videos to come. So make sure you subscribe for the best Digimon content, and like, share, comment. Is there anything else you want to say?
Care for nothing.